Yeah, can you hear me now?
How you doing?
Perfect. Not too bad. I just turned it on. Perfect. So, yeah, just to like start off, I was French immersion when I was younger.
Okay.
So I got out of school and in my area, desperate as can be for French teachers. So they're so desperate that I'm already have a job till June, and the teacher who was in before me pretty much quit because the kids were so much to handle that she couldn't do it and she quit. So there's no contract job in September. So I'm just trying to get to that. Like I have no background as in school where you got all the resources and all that stuff. So I only know what I really remember. And
Right.
it was more verbs than anything. So
Yeah.
it's not like it is now. So this type of stuff is what I need. So that's why I'm really into this. And like you kind of said, where your principal would be so impressed, is that's what I need because I could have I graduate in May and I could have a permanent by September if I do this right, kind of thing.
That'd be awesome, man. God bless. I hope
So
that's exactly how it works. That'd be awesome.
exactly. So this type of stuff would help. But yeah, like I said, I just had a few questions. So the first one's obviously, how the heck do you have 24/7 support?
Yeah, awesome. Well, first of all, because you can ask anybody, including I see Marla and Missy are still here. They'll probably attest to this, that I don't sleep. So,
Okay.
but whenever I don't jump in with answers, other people do, this is probably awesome. So yeah, now, but here's the more realer answer is that you can go to, for example, the French playground thing. I'm not sure if you're part of this group yet.
I am. I am.
Okay, and are you? Well, you probably not, but there's a DJ DELF Kit one too. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So when you go there, so the kits are literally used by thousands all over the world, and here
Right.
are just like 630 just alone, which probably are mostly Ontario teachers, I think, on this particular group. Just because I'm from Ontario, so I think a lot of people knew it or whatever, blah blah blah. But what's great
Yeah.
is there's a huge community essentially. So you can literally pop
Yeah.
on here. Is my screen on the audience view? Yeah, yeah. So you can go on here and you can, well, first of all, more importantly, vote for which poster you like because that's way more important than your issue, Brandon. And then you could write down any questions that you
Okay.
have, and then somebody will jump in.
Okay.
But you can
Perfect.
message me too because now that we talk on Facebook. It's just as easy. You might as well ask me because Educorock's the company that owns it. They're the ones who own it or whatever, but I'm the author. And because I had a big
Okay.
hand in it, just fire it off to me and I'll do my best. Right.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
So you go over with me again the students that you teach. What grade levels is it again?
I teach all the way from 4 to 8. I have 7 different classes throughout the day.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to tell you a scary thing. And this is the thing. You're obviously in a really exciting situation, but it can be overwhelming too, where you're
Yeah,
at.
of course.
So, and there's probably going to be a little bit of skepticism too, because you're like, I need something, but it really better work because I need this to work type thing, right? So,
Exactly right.
yeah. And you may have seen a lot of amazing things that people say about the DJ Delf kit. I just wanted to put everything to rest and tell you that it is as great as everybody says, but I'm going to tell you the truth. It's just because it's really simple.
But
So,
that's all these kids need. Like that's the problem is a lot of them are
okay,
demotivated because the teachers before made it so hard. It did verbs and all they saw were F's and 60s and all that bad
right.
stuff. So
Yes.
their motivation is just horrible. So right now what I did, this is just something I made up. At
Wait.
the start I do a no, so what I did is I did a PowerPoint where it was all the way from hi to how are you to what's the date to what's the weather to what's your birthday to it's just like all in sequence,
Yes.
and the kids one by one in order have to answer the next one. So it starts with one kid says bonjour to another kid, then that kid says comment ça va to another kid, and that kid says it to how are you to another kid, then they say what's the weather like, then the next person say what day is it, and it was just all in sequence. And I did exactly like you said, I timed them to make a competition, and the difference was insane. They went for the first time they did it in 20 minutes, the second time they did it in 12 minutes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, but it was because I just did something that they all could handle. There was a visual on the front screen. There was all that. There wasn't just verbs, and I think they
Good.
do worksheets from all that stuff from like 20 years ago.
No,
So I
yeah,
just need stuff I only have 40 minutes with them. So I start
right.
my day off right now with that for 10. And then I just need some type of quick activity with an exit card, especially with the grade eights, because they were so used to not doing anything that they don't want to do any work.
Okay.
So if I have exit cards and they have to hand them before they leave and they don't get to if they don't, then they're accountable and they do way better. So I need those types of things.
Okay, awesome. So, okay, where to start? Well, first of all, I don't know if you read what Marla said, but Marla said that the kid is actually a dream to follow, and the kids are engaged.
Thank you, Marla.
And that's true. That's it. But I just wanted you to know it's not magic. It's almost like this is freaking common sense. And yeah, it really honestly is. Okay.
But those simple things are what they need. They just need to go, oh, that's
Yeah.
it? That's all
And
I have to
sometimes so
do?
do we as teachers. You know what I mean? You don't need a special certificate or course to teach this. This is really, really simple.
I agree.
So let's
Yeah.
start with, have you tried the DJ DELF dailies?
I have not. I haven't.
Okay.
I've been so busy trying to just get started with this, and
I
even
understand.
just like getting on that, I haven't looked into this that far.
All right. So
that was kind of my question: is it in order of you have dailies, and then you have an assignment you do for that day, and it's just you have a schedule per the year,
I'll show you.
How is it that works? Okay, perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
So yeah. All right. So basically, when you go to the website, there's a section called Members section. And I just clicked on the DJ DELF dailies, and that's where I'm at right now.
Okay, yeah.
And I'll click on the thing where it says Get Started Today. So this is the full year's worth, Brandon. So you'll be doing the dailies at the same time everybody else is. Let's scoot to April. So absolutely every day there's something to do with your students. And I mean all of them, grades 4 through, okay?
Okay, and they're not completely in order. Like if you missed Wednesday and you went to Thursday, it's not gonna. They're not gonna be.
You
okay.
Decide what to do. So that's what's gorgeous about it. And a lot of them come with video support, like audio links. Like there's some really cool stuff. So I think before you popped in, I was just telling people about the great week I just had last week. So this past week, so every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, there's a subject of the day. Now, you're at an advantage here where you're starting now, so you can go right back to September, and you can use all of them. So you could have a subject of the day every day. And I'm going to show you this. So if you get the kit, I'll get this to you. Marla adds that the kit has Kakuhu games that the kids love too. Yeah. Marla, this is the tough thing is I don't want to overwhelm. Not that you're overwhelming Brandon and Marla by saying this, but yeah, Brandon, everything's literally done for you. You literally for the rest of your career do not have to do anything. And that's the thing. And what you're going to have to do, Brandon, is overcome your own guilt of going, but no, I got to make this. I got to stay up all night and do this, or I'm not a real teacher. You got to get you got to get over yourself. That's ridiculous. You need to stay What's that?
I was going to say in my placement, I had my placement teacher. I would say, okay, what do you want me to do tonight for tomorrow? And he would kind of ignore me, and I kind of wondered why at first. And he told me one day, he said, it's because you need to realize that it's your job, not your life. You need to be able to do stuff. So I agree with you.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Okay, so now hopefully you see this. There are different things there. There is the riddle of the day, subject of the day. Tip of the day comes through social media. Ignore that. Mardi musique, so that's the song of the week, and je d'image, which is the greatest thing that was ever made. Okay, so these are things that you could do as your enjouement. Okay, you could also give this as an exit ticket, meaning, guys, tomorrow's subject of the day is this. I want you to go home and fill a box. I'll explain. I'll show you in a second. Okay, so here's the subject, riddle of the day. In your case, I'd say skip it. Please don't even do these. Okay, just trust me. But they're clever, fun little dad jokes and riddles, and you try to figure them out as a class. That's all it is. But let's
these kids need to be fully engaged because they're too cool for school right now.
Okay,
They've never been held accountable.
Okay, thanks. First of all, I can already just tell by the way that you are, I think you're already winning over your students, and you will win over your students. And the number one asset in the classroom is the French teacher. And I think you got this. So let me tell you that. I can just feel it.
Okay, go for it.
All right? No, I'm telling you. So just keep doing whatever you're doing because I think you got these kids. But anyways, I'm going to help you now. That's all I'm going to do. Give you some tools, some ammunition, okay? All right, so sujet du jour is really simple. They just simply every day or in my class, it's every other day. They will write the date, the title of the subject of the day, and they fill this box. Now, if it's grade 4s, I want them to fill the box with words and pictures. So if the subject of the day was la nourriture, food, they can just put random words they know, like pizza or whatever, and draw pictures. It's grade 4. Relax. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Even with the 5s. In grade 6 now, you want them to start writing full sentences about food. Okay? In grades 7 and 8, you want them to fill out their preferences, the foods I like, foods I don't like, and you want always at least one question at the end. Okay? Are you following this?
I am.
Okay, cool. So where the subject of the day comes from, of course, is that list that's already pre-done for you. So believe it or not, Mondays was stupid. It was boring. It was called trees, but my kids spoke 40 minutes after class about it. It was awesome. Wednesdays was.
So are you being almost sarcastic with that? That you think it's boring, but the kids love it?
Yeah, I thought it was really boring. Trees. What are we going to talk about? Trees. It was ridiculous. But now don't forget, I have French immersion kids, so it's a little bit different, okay? But they went on and on about trees. It was awesome. Okay, but anyways, then the next one on Wednesday was la lune or le soleil, and we talked about effects of the moon and the sun, and it was just really awesome. And then la plage ou les montagnes. So, from this, for example, say it's les plages, les montagnes. What you would have students is the grade 4s and 5s would just draw about it, and they would maybe list some things, attributes about them or whatever, or things found there, okay? And you could do the same thing right up to grade 8. But in grade 8, you could say, now name some places that you've been, like some beaches or mountains or whatever. And you can have some just brief discussions. And they could write down colors, for example, colors that come to their mind and things like that, okay? One tip that you can steal from Jeu d'Image is a game I'm going to show you, is les premiers 10 mots. So the first 10 French words that come to my head. And they're allowed to write them down in that box, and nobody judges. So it's really, really fun. Now, here's the deal. Here's reason I encourage you to use this as an enjouement. So when they're first coming into class, and the first thing you do is have them do the subs of the day, is what you do is they fill out that box. Where can I get back to it? So basically what we do is then we take this ball, and the students have to talk about what they wrote down. They could simply read. It could be just a word. It doesn't matter. And you tell them, you're getting participation marks for this. This is easy French marks, dudes. So just tell me something, right? And whenever it is something like la plage ou les montagnes, whenever it's choices between two things, and like I said, sometimes there's a video link and they actually show a video before, so it's really cool. But anyways, when there's a choice, it's really awesome. You just have them vote. And so they'll vote la plage, les montagnes. Everybody just says just the word la plage ou les montagnes. And you go, you're getting marks for this, man, so keep it up. So everybody, you toss the ball. Everybody gets the ball, and they get to say it. Only the person with the ball in their hand can speak. Okay, that's kind of the idea. And then after that, then you say, pourquoi les plages? Ou quel autre mot est-ce que vous avez écrit pour les montagnes? Pensons des couleurs. Quand je dis les montagnes, quelle couleur arrive à vos têtes, right? And then now you just toss about, and all they're doing is saying a color. Okay, so
right.
It's that scaffolding. It's that slow steps to where you want them to slowly become more proficient, right?
Okay.
But you're going to work at that slow pace because you can afford to, because your students come from a situation where they don't even think of the question about pourquoi take French because they don't even want to take French, right?
Yes.
So yeah, all right. Which is another thing. You should be playing the video Pourquoi take French if you never have. That is the sujet du jour. Mardi musique. This year I haven't even been using it, but you could pick any random song. Don't pick the ones that are in the suggested ones. Pick cool songs, okay? In French. And they listen to it and they fill out a survey. So this is every Tuesday. And that way things aren't bored. So Monday is subject of the day. Tuesday is the music song of the week, whatever. Wednesday is another subject. Thursday is the picture of the week. And Friday is another subject. And so there's variety there all the time, okay? But they listen to the song, they judge it, then they have to answer, when I was listening to the song, I was thinking of whom, I was thinking of what, and what colors came to my head. And then en conclusion, the older students, 7s and 8s, have to put j'aime cette chanson parce que, je déteste cette chanson parce que, cette chanson ressemble à une chanson de, and they can put an English artist that they love or hate or whatever. Your younger students, you tell them, here, I want you to make a poster about the song. When you're hearing the song, what was going on in your mind? Jeu d'Image is awesome. The images are already pre-done for you. You just click them from the internet. You show them up on a screen. They write their name, the date, the photo number, if it's the first time they're doing it, number 1, and the title of it. My favorite part is mes premiers 10 mots. It could be a family in a park, and a kid might go, I don't know, belly button. And then you go, why did you say belly button? Oh, because one time I went out with a park with my grandparents and I got stung by a bee in my belly button. And then see that was relative to them, but it wasn't to you. But it's a great way to get them talking, right? So when you grab that ball and you're going to toss it around, you're going to say, what were the first 10 words that came to your head? It's just going to be a lot of fun. There's no fear of failure because there's no wrong answers. Make sense?
Yeah, but so then through the conversations, how they'll gain new words, because obviously they're only using words they know. They're not gaining any new vocabulary particularly, but is that through the conversation?
Absolutely. Hop over to the board and go, oh my God, that's true. Or they'll go, sir, how do you say belly button in French? And you're like, nombril. And you go, let me write that down. So you could write on the board new words that they've come up with or words that they've asked you about. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. And what I love about this one here too is that we are always practicing every Thursday our who, what, why, when, where, how questions. Really important for when they move on to high school, believe me. So and all it is straight ooh. So it's a picture of a family in a park. And it's just ooh. Their answer can be just le parc for the grades 4 to 6. Okay? Grades 7 and 8, you want full sentences. Ooh, la famille mange un pique-nique au parc. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And they're not ready at your level because your kids hated it. You're going to do this. You're going to model it first, Brandon. You're going to model this.
Yes.
Okay.
My grade 4s can do it better than my grade 8s right now.
Yep.
And the grade 8s have just
Yeah, and that's not atypical. Sorry, is all I was going to add.
Yeah.
And this thing comes with a grid there that we can track them as far as how they're progressing, which is really good with I can statements. So it actually has like a little evaluation sheet for you as well. Okay.
Perfect.
So Brandon, we haven't even touched the kit yet. This is just one little part of it. Okay.
Okay.
That's the beauty of it. Now, here's I'm going to say something that's going to shock you, but you literally could get the kit and do Je me présente, which is the first unit you'll see, but they're not in any order. You can do whatever you want, but it's the first one in the big, thick horse choking binder. It's the very first one there. You can literally do it with all your grades, 4 to 8. Boom. The reason being is because the entire curriculum is exactly the same from 4 to 8.
Correct.
Now, the fact of the matter is, though, you are supposedly supposed to go deeper with your 8s than you're supposed to with your 4s. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. But the fact is that's the way it's supposed to go. So you were just saying, and that's what I'm going to suggest. If you're going to get this kit, and you're probably going to get support from your administration, I'm going to guess.
Well, this is why I'm doing this today. So that's why I want to be able to have some info so I can talk to her about it to see if I can get any. Paid
Absolutely.
for.
Yeah, and it's not expensive because it's literally a career's worth for like under $300. It's crazy, and that would even include your missions book if you wanted that. But here's what you're going to do if they're going to know what the DJ DELF Kit is, but pretend they didn't. You would go to the assessment and evaluation page, and you click on the Ontario Elementary Guide.
Yep.
Print this out. So I'm going to copy and paste this and put it in the audience, or sorry, not audience, in the chat box. And if you can click on this, click on it now and print it off if you have access to a printer. I don't know if you're on a phone though or what you're on, but this is literally the entire curriculum, and it shows you how the DJ DELF Kit covers it 100%.
Wow.
And more importantly, here's all your expectations universalized, and the Skittles things here are things that cover, so things that are found in your kit that cover all the expectations.
Okay, got you.
Okay, so you are covered basically. But now, what I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to ask you if you have any questions, because there is one thing I was thinking of showing you, but I wanted to shut up and let you have a chance to ask me questions.
No, I think you got me stumped right now. It's perfect. Like I said, it's little tasks, bit by bit. Like even those games, like they need something that's little by little. Like I need to walk in, give them jeu d'image, and give them a little task, and then that's it.
Okay, and then let me show you Je me présente then. Okay, let me show you how you would do it. Does that make sense? More sense?
Yes.
Okay,
that's yes, that's perfect.
Okay, so let's just say we took Je me présente, and we have to put in your code. So when you buy the kit, you get your code, okay? I'll put in mine here. And it opens up this, and this is what Marlo was talking about, I think, because everything's done for you, Brandon. You just follow the 1, 2, 3 steps. The first step is you as a class, you guys decide on a destination, which means you pick a project. Hey guys, at the end of this unit, let's do and then you pick what it's going to be. Step 2 is how to introduce the actual unit or life aspect. And step 3 is now you can open up your binder and follow the scaffolded steps. But when you scroll down, there is a bunch of other activities, Kahoots, Quizlets, exemplars, videos, things that other teachers and other students have done that you can glean from. So every time you do that, not to mention the skits, which are central to the entire life aspects, they're done for you as well now. There's actually animated videos of all the skits. There's 36 that you get to use, and it's part of your kit. It's awesome. So the kids actually see these animated creatures speaking about Je me présente or about café or about faisons du shopping or whatever the theme happens to be. So again, absolutely everything is done for you. Okay. But let's just say you started with Je me présente. I'll do this as quickly as I can because I respect your time. Okay.
Yeah. Can you explain the step 1 to 3? Like you mean we're picking any destination on our own, or you're saying when I open that kit, there's a bunch of examples that the kids can pick from as a project, or?
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad you said that when you open up the kit. The website is the kit. The binder is just step 3. So just so you know. So you want to use the website. So you put in your code in the member section, go to the web page of the unit you're starting with.
Okay.
The life aspect. Okay,
Yeah.
so here's how it works. So step 1, you click here, and it opens up your big ideas. You've probably heard of learning goals and success criteria.
Yep.
Okay. So we're supposed to be using those, right?
Yes, and they're very annoying to make on your own.
Okay, guess what, Brandon? There's over 100 of them for you. 100. And let me ask you, how much would you pay for a resource like this? Probably thousands if you know it saved your ass and you could use it your whole career long, right? This is only a couple $100, and I haven't even begun to tell you everything that's in here. It is crazy. That's why I said trust 2 things. 1, I think you got your kids. I can feel it. I think they like you, and who cares if they like you or not, but I think they like your style, and I think you're going to do great. But 2, trust this program because it's so darn simple, and you're going to go, but man, this is simple. Yeah, it is simple. And you go, why didn't somebody do this before? I don't know why, but it is here for you now, okay? So those are the 2 things I want you to keep in the back of your mind. Okay.
So sorry, I'm going to jump in here.
Mm-hmm.
Those big ideas. So could I do different ones for each kid if they want to do different ones, or is that too complicated, or what's your experience with that? Because not every kid's going to agree on the same one.
I don't know what Marla and Missy would say, but I personally say keep it to 1 or 2. And this is the key. This is where people go, okay, well, first of all, Ontario teachers freaked out when they saw the new curriculum because A, there was no grammar in it, and B, all the curriculum expectations were the same grade 4 through 12. So they were like, but how do I do this? I can't repeat the same thing. I can't do a food unit and then in grade 5 do another food unit. That's ridiculous. Well, that's because that was the old way of thinking. The new way is real life. If you eat food in grade 4, chances are you eat food in grade 5. It's just what are you going to concentrate on when you discuss food or review food again and add a little bit more information. It's the destination that's the important thing. It's what project are we going to do? So my thing is if you have them pick any one of these, there's 11 or 12 to choose from for just Je me présente.
Okay.
If you have them pick any one, you're going to lose a little control. I'm going to encourage you to choose as a class 1 or 2 if you must. And that way they pick one grade 4, they're going to do, say, for example, bit strips, sitcoms or whatever. So they're going to do like a comic strips, okay, in grade 4. In grade 5, they're going to do a fake book profile. So you're going to review some of the same kind of activities you did in grade 4. They're going to do stronger because they've already done it. But you're going to go a little further in the scaffolded journey with your grade 5s. And when you stop, they're going to make a fake book profile. In grade 6, same thing. You're going to go through review a lot of the same activities. You're going to go a little further into the journey of the scaffolded sheets. You might get to activity 10 this time instead of stopping at activity 7. Okay.
Okay.
And they're going to do e-pals now. But the whole time, you're still using je me présente type of vocab. Vocab that evokes being able to talk about yourself, introduce yourself, talk about your likes and dislikes, things that happened in the weekend in the past, things that your hobbies are, stuff like that, which also changes the kids grow. So that's powerful.
Okay.
You like it? Do you believe in that, or?
I do.
Okay.
I agree. Like, and that's why I'm Steven realizing, like, okay, do one in grade 4 and one in grade 5 so that they don't do the same thing every year.
Yes. But it literally also means that grade 4 through 8, you could be doing je me présente starting next week. And it's going to ease your mind because, okay, I don't have much planning to do because we're all doing the same thing, but you're going to be doing it differently. Okay? And here's how you're going to be doing it differently. So you're going to pick something, and I just gave you some choices. Some fun ones are there's a game called Amnesia, there's a radio show, there's even the dating game for your grade 8s if you were so bold, but I wouldn't go there because you're just brand new, so don't screw that up. Anyways, go with the radio show. Anyways, so they'll each pick their own things. I think videograms is fun, by the way. Videograms is a fun one. But that's step 1. And as you can see, the learning goal and success criteria are already done for you, but you could pretend that you're working with them to create it if you so wish.
Yep.
See, that was very pedagogically incorrect what I just said, but I'm being real with you. So
I like that.
Thank you. Okay. So let's go back to step 2. That's step 1. Biggest problem with programs. They're awesome. They're glossy. Even this one's got all these wonderful things, right? I hate it when the programs go, here you go, now go, good luck. And they don't even help you. Okay? This thing was helped by people like Marla, Missy, people on Shop Talk created these, DJ DELF Kit users created these things called the grade 8 strategies. So basically what it is it tells you literally how to introduce the unit, whether they're grade 4s or grade 8s, okay? So I'm going to walk you through this as quickly as I can, okay? So step 1 is, each one of these stories, these DJ DELF songs, they come with a song, but the songs are actually a story. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to tell the kids to take out a piece of paper, grab a pen, and you're going to read them the DJ DELF Kit story, Je me présente. And you're going to read it at normal pace, not slowly, normal. And you're going to say, guys, write down whatever words you hear. You're going to miss a bunch of them, but just write down whatever words you hear. I want you to have at least 10 by the time I'm done. Or if it's the grade 6s, I want you to have 20 by the time I'm done. Or the 8s go, I don't care. I want you to have 30. I don't care if the word is le or je. 30 words minimum. See if you can go. Ready? Go. And then you read the story. You make it a challenge. Does that sound cool?
Okay.
So here's the story that you're going to read. Je m'appelle Jean Bernier. Je suis né le 4 janvier. Je suis grand, énergique et sophistiqué. Mon numéro de téléphone est 426-2520. J'habite. At this point, they might have written down le, je, grand, and téléphone. It doesn't matter. It doesn't freaking matter. The point is that you're actually doing 8 research-based proven strategies. This one here is based on listening. They're hearing your voice, which is really powerful, and they're recognizing words and they're writing them. Okay? So you're going to read the story, and in this story, what's so cool is they're introduced to 4 different French characters. Okay? And they're 4 people with 4 completely different personalities. So now here's where I'm going to tell you that teachers who teach grade 4 and 5 will give you this piece of advice. Brandon, in grade 4, introduce them only to Jean Bernier. So do your grade 8 strategies and only concentrate your entire year or this entire unit on Jean Bernier. In grade 5, review Jean Bernier and introduce them to Chantal. In grade 6, introduce them to the 3rd character, and in 7, 8, all 4 characters. That's not a bad strategy. It's not a bad strategy. But let me just go on as if you're going to do all 4, okay?
Okay.
So you're going to read that, and you're going to, let me skip ahead to it. I'll show you. This is the sheet activity 1 that they're going to have in front of them eventually. Here it is. So it's just like almost a fill in the blank of the song. But wait till you see all the things we're going to do with this sheet. And this will take you a couple, 2-3 periods, okay? But it's a great introduction. So the first thing, they wrote down the words, and then you take your ball, or your dice in your case, and you're all right, guys, I need somebody to go over the board, or you can write on the board so they can throw the thing, whatever. And you're going to write down as many words as they caught, okay? So you're going to have a discussion about what words did you hear. Right now, it feels like it means nothing, but it's really powerful, trust me, because they're feeding you information about what words they understand. So you're sitting back going, oh, you caught that word. crap, that's good, man. Do you know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
really cool. And you make them feel good going, okay, dude, when I was your age, I would have never caught that. Good job. That's awesome. Right?
I
And
already used
so
that
then,
stuff. That's awesome.
what's that? Sorry?
So all I said was I already used that stuff. Like, just how do you know that already? Even though it was just a simple word, just to get the motivator.
Absolutely, man. I can tell that about
Yeah.
you. It's awesome. So activity 1 is that word searchy thing, right? And step 1 is they just read through it and they don't write anything at first. They don't write anything. Don't write on your sheets, guys. Just tell me, what do you think, what kind of words do you think from this box of possible answers goes in here? And it's really neat, especially with the grade 8s. Now, the grade 4s, you're going to have to do this together. And this is why I told you some teachers would say, concentrate only on this. Just the first dude, Jean Bernier. But it's up to you, okay? But anyways, let's just talk about your 7s and 8s. So they might go, I don't know, a grand énergique, say if it was, what am I trying to do here? Okay, my little box is in the way. I got to move it here. I'm trying to think of an example to help you here. Sophistiqué is in one of the word box possibilities. And say if they put sophistiqué down for one of the girls, it's a great opportunity for you to say, yes, but you would add a letter E, so you can do a little grammar lesson within it. That was the point I was going to try to make.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's really kind of cool that way. Okay. So they're going to just talk about possible answers and they can think outside of the box. What are some other words that we can stick in there? All right. And blah, 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 blah. Step 3 is you actually play the song. So it's a rap song. And now they have to write down the words as they're listening to it. Play it 2-3 times, whatever you need. Step 4 is play the lyric video. Put that up on the screen and allow them to self-correct. Okay? Now we're on step 4. Do you realize how much we've already practiced this vocab? How much exposure they've already received? And we have...
Is there like...
Go ahead.
I was just saying, and is there some type of lesson plan or something that says step 1, 2, 3, 4? Is this you making up right here, right now?
Yeah, I'll show you. I've memorized. Those are the great 8 strategies. So
okay,
so it's I was grabbing it from here. Here we go. Sorry, I just had to find it. So my step 1, 2, 3, 4 came from this. 1, 2,
okay,
4.
okay.
So now we're gonna play the lyric video. Now it's gonna get cool. None of this was cool yet until you get to number 5. With a pen or a pencil, have them circle any or all statements that they personally can identify with, like j'adore le chocolat. Yeah, that's me, man. So this is a research-based, everything in this entire kit is research-based proven. So every little thing is done because somebody got their master's or doctorate based on that philosophy of teaching. Okay. So this next part is reading, self-reading and discovery. Okay. So basically they're looking for things that they can personally agree with and they circle it with a pen or pencil. They do this on their own and you can circulate while they're doing it, right? Then step 6, using a colored pen or pencil or marker, ask the students to circle the name of the character they identify with most. So basically, their sheet will have a bunch of circles circling chocolate or sports that they do or shopping or things that they hate, whatever, it doesn't matter, things that they have in common with these characters. They're going to realize that I'm more like the first character, or I'm kind of more like the second or the third or the fourth. They're going to figure out who their personality matches more. Okay, you got that?
Yep.
Okay, step 7, divide your class into the 4-corner strategy. So put the name or assign each corner of the classroom a name of the character. Tell them to get up and go over to the corner of the character that they identify with most. Now, what you're going to love this is it says right here, note, it will be interesting to see the dynamics of students and where they end up. Best friends, Brandon, will separate. And you'll be like, they'll be looking at each other going, no, dude, come on, let's go to the Jean corner. And go, well, I'm not like Jean, I'm more like Jenny Lake. Sorry, man. And it's really cool, the socio thing that goes on there. Then from their corner, so see it's divided in 5 equally, but it's never that way, but pretend it's divided 5 in each corner equally. Those in their little groups, so if I'm in the Jenny Lake group and you're with me in the Jenny Lake group, our group has to figure out 3 reasons why it's awesome to be Jenny Lake. Okay? Then, when we've all determined our best 3 things of why it's great to be our characters, each group will announce to the other 3 groups by looking at the other 3 corners staring at us why it's great to be Jenny Lake. Then the next group will be Jean and Chantal and whatever. You know what I'm saying? They will give the reasons.
Yep.
After they give the reasons, students can either keep track on their sheet because they can bring it with them and go, yeah, I got that one, whatever. After they're done, they have the right. You're going to give them 10 seconds if they wish to cross the floor. That means that another group has convinced them that they're actually more like that other person. So they get to cross the floor and leave their group if they want to, or they can stay. After you give them that opportunity, everybody goes back to their seats. And this is really great because it's kinesthetic learning. You got the kids up and moving, which is really important as well. They have now go back to their seats and just have a general open discussion. All right, guys. So before we actually start this unit, okay, what did we learn? What did you learn about yourself? And just breathe and just go, that was kind of cool, eh? You guys learned more than you thought you would, eh? Have one of those moments with them. And that's the greatest strategy, my friend. That's how you start off every unit. So whether it's based on food or travel or whatever it happens to be, that's how they always start off. It's really, really powerful. But again, like I said, it's pretty dang simple, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, there's nothing magical about this. You don't need a special license to do this. It's really simple. Okay, so then step 3.
The system.
What's that, sorry?
I said cheat in the system.
Yeah, exactly. You got it. What's that? That's a hacker thing, man. Okay, so then now you're allowed to open up the binder. You're actually allowed to open it up. And now let me show you what it means by real life authentic tasks. This is basically why I love using this. Now, if you add the missions book to this, can you imagine? You didn't even probably see the first 30 missions yet. Wait till you see them. The things that kids can take home and do. It's awesome. But anyways, okay. Here is activity number 2. And this goes against what a lot of people would think is the way to teach French. Okay. The first thing they do is to make a personal profile for each one of the characters. So say if you just do the grade 4 as the first character, they'll just do the first 4. But if your 7s and 8s are doing all 4, they're going to do a personal profile on each one. They're going to write the first name, last name of the person. And do you realize this is a registration form? So we're using real life things to teach French. But notice here, you didn't teach them anything yet. They're actually teaching themselves. They have to discover what prénom is and then plug it in. Nom de famille, plug it in. Date de naissance, plug it in. And they're going to feel really good about themselves because they're going to slowly figure this stuff out. Coordonnées, for example, is how do I get a hold of you? So your phone number, your email address, something like that. Snapchat account, whatever. Okay? And they fill this out. And what they're doing is they're learning about these characters. And what's beautiful about it, the psychology behind it is, we're still not yet asking them to talk about themselves or ask each other questions about themselves. We're picking on Jean Bernier and Jenny Lake and all those people. There's no fear of failure or that preteen and teen shyness thing and anxiety and all that awkwardness is gone. You know what I'm saying here?
Yeah, I think even just the idea of I don't have to say I'm from Oshawa, I live here, like just to do another character to have to look at where they live in the
Exactly.
Yeah, cool.
They're learning about them. So they do that. That's step 2, let's just say. Step 3 is now we will discuss the types of questions that elicit the answers that we just learned about. It's backwards to the way a lot of people would do French. Because in the old days, we're talking the 60s and 70s, it would be, everybody répétez après moi. Comment t'appelles-tu? And the classes go, comment t'appelles-tu? And they would have them repeat 10 more times. Then we go, okay, everybody repeat after me. Je m'appelle Bob. Je m'appelle Bob. Je m'appelle Bob. Je m'appelle Bob. And it was rote. Here, we're doing a more intrinsic, the way the brain operates, breaking things down and figuring things out. So step 3 is learning the questions that elicit these responses. And again, they're going to make a personal profile about themselves this time using the je statements. But they're writing it down, first of all. They're just writing it down. Okay? And now how are they going to get answers like this? They go back up to the examples of the 4 characters and they can use those as little cheat sheets. So again, no fear of failure. So do you understand how it's scaffolded? So you're learning based on the last thing you did, and it's building.
Yes. Right.
So step 4 is 3B actually, is using the example song. Oh, now you have to make a personal profile about yourself. So up here, they actually made a verse about themselves. They don't realize it, but they did. So they're almost verse number 5 of the song now. And from that, they have to fill out a registration form based on their own information. Then it graduates to step 4, ask questions of somebody else and record their answers.
Perfect.
And then, because repetition is awesome, guess what they're going to do? Fill out a 3rd registration form, this time about their partner. And each time they're doing it, they're getting more confident about what these words mean and what the questions that elicit the responses mean. Okay, so it's very slow, but you are on point with the interior curriculum if you care about following that. This is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. But there's fun stuff too, just so you know. Take a break, do a word search. You can actually put this up on a big screen and do it as a class and make it as a fun activity. Break the class into 2 teams and say, okay, guys, we're going to play 10-second word search. Okay, each team, you got 10 seconds to go up there and find it. And if you can't, then boom, or whatever. And you can either do it by you identify the word that they have to run up and find, or they can find any word they want. But what I'm saying is have fun. You can play games with this, not just hand the sheet to them and tell them, oh, just be quiet and do this quietly. What's good about it is it's more exposure to these vocab words. Because there's a lot of vocab words.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. Now let's move on. So your grade 4s and 5s, you would have stopped here. And you're only on activity 5. That's good enough for this year. In grade, say you do in grade 4s, but you did it by yourself. You did a lot of modeling and you did it together, let's just say. In grade 5, you're going to use the same sheets. But you're going to give them more control and say, no, guys, I want you to do it. We did this last year, but I want you to do it now. What can you tell me about Jean Bernier? What can you tell me more about yourself, more about your partner? Does that make sense? Now, with your grade 6s, I would start going on a little bit further. More real life things. Based on the information of those characters that we just learned, leave a text message or a phone message or an email message based on the characters. How would they do their salutation, write their name, their coordonnées, and the reason for their writing their email type thing. So we're practicing real life things. Kind of a cool activity. If they want to use codes, here's a coding sheet. So for like Leet Speak or whatever. So LOL, stuff like that. And it gives them what the French words are, so they can use that.
The one on the left is how you would say it in French?
Yes, so that's how they write in French. And then you can play a game with this, especially with your 7s and 8s. Say, okay, guys, secret code time. I want you to use as many of these secret words, these code de texto, that you possibly can, and I want you to make a paragraph story. Or, just have fun with it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
They'd eat that one up.
Yeah, for sure. I have them do it on actually a phone. There's online apps that you can use where you make it look like it was right off of an iPhone or whatever. So I have them type it into there. You can do oral activities like bingo, and it's already done for you. So this here, they take the vocab from the unit and they randomly put in different expressions up into the boxes randomly. And then all over, they fill the box. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was taking a sip.
Okay. And then the teacher's guide is already there. So you'll read full sentences, like je m'appelle Bob. And one of the words that they would have written was je m'appelle, like expressions. So they would mark that box off. And of course, when they get 5 in a row, it's bingo. And you just keep track of which ones you read, just read them randomly. So this means game 1. This is the second time you play the game, 3rd time, etc. So you can keep track. Okay? But this is, I haven't even got to the good stuff yet. So we're only on number 8. There's 15 activities, I think, in each one of them, sometimes more, in each of these life aspects. This is the main thing, though. It's the skits. It's getting them to speak the language and to practice it. And what's great about this is I like plays. Plays are nice, but skits with interchangeable vocabulary are many times more powerful. So let me just, let's see, actual size maybe. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so down here at the bottom, with every one of these skits, but you're going to get the animated characters who are going to present this skit, and you can show that first to them, okay? So you've got a full animated version. There's 4 versions actually that come with each one of these 9 life aspects. That's why we have 36.
Why is there 4 versions?
Oh, great question. The reason there's 4 versions is here are the 4 versions. For Je me présente, for example, for all of them, but I'll just give you an example. For Je me présente, there'll be the full-on skit. So Danielle and Ahmed are actually talking. Okay, they just met each other and they're talking about their likes and dislikes and about themselves. Step 2 is the same skit, but Danielle's voice is muted, and your students read the lines of Danielle. When they do that,
right, I remember reading that.
You what? Sorry, you read about that?
I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're now conversing with a francophone. They're actually talking to a male francophone. Version 3 is Ahmed's words are muted, so now they're speaking to a female character. And step 4, they put it into any kind of animated or a video program that you want to, any free ones, there's tons of them off the internet. And they make their own skit using empty bubbles. So it's an awesome project. But you don't even have to go that deep if you don't want to. But what's great about the skit... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And you have the layout for... to have that, if they can they do it online where they type it in the bubbles? Like, is it like a website?
Yeah, like Windows Movie Maker, for example, allows you to do that. There's a lot of free ones. I can't even tell you. There's just you Google it.
Going forever. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So what they do is they'll stop the video. They'll write in the words to fill in over the bubbles, and they'll have the duration of it last for as long as that slide is up. And then it goes away, and then the next one comes up. Like they'll know. If you don't know, they know. Trust me. Do you know what I mean? They're really good at that stuff. But let's look at the skit itself. This is the possible vocab that they can interchange with the vocab that's here. So every time they read this skit is completely different. So they can change the date of they can change their age. They can change where their city they live, their preferences, the sports, the music activities, things they like, things they dislike. Every time they read this, they can change the numbers that are correlated to the vocab at the bottom. It's so powerful.
Do you have a sheet that has like blank spots, like where it says Toronto, it'd have a blank and you can put it in?
Awesome. All right. You just get it.
Sorry, I'm getting real nitpicky here.
No, it's because you get it. So the next stage is, you're right, they make their own.
Okay.
See that? So they use the vocab, same vocab, and they're going to make their own.
Gotcha.
We're only on step 11 here. Or 8. Sorry, 8. So that was 8. So are you seeing? Are you believing now?
I am. You don't need to take me through every one if you're doing it just to make sure I understand.
That's all.
If you want to. Yeah, so if you want to kind of take it to the end, I'm more curious. So throughout all these, do you do assessment throughout all these, or do you just do your assessment on your last project?
Oh my God, dude. Okay, you were like asking all the right questions. It's unbelievable. This comes with an assessment package, so I'm going to show you. So you're back to the website. It says assessment evaluation. It's in your actual kit, but I'm going to go here. Mm-hmm. I'm going to click on it. And you can have it in all French or all English. It's done for you. You can get it in Word, so you can manipulate it and everything like that. Let's go over here. Excuse me. I'll just click on here. Not only will you evaluate them, and of course there's evaluation all the way through that you can track them. Formative and summative, obviously, right? Formative to guide them as they're going, their scaffolded journey.
Yep.
And summative for the big projects at the end, or big things like that, Skit, for example.
Yep.
But they're going to do it themselves as well. So there's rubrics for the writing activities, the oral activities, little keep track things, checklists. But this is a checklist that you can use here. But I'm going to show you the most important thing. You're going to hand this out to your students before they begin. So for each activity that they're doing, each time they start, they're going to write the date of when they began, the date of when they feel that they're learning, which hopefully is the same date, the date that they think they're starting to understand, which is maybe the next day, and finally the date where they feel that they're mastering just one particular task, okay? And what happens is your students will have different dates depending on how the kids are doing and progressing, okay?
Because you're going
So,
over them so many times.
right, exactly. It's so awesome. So when the parents come in for parent-teacher interviews and they say, how is my child doing? You can say, let's see how your child feels they're doing. Yeah, oh, dude, I know all the tricks. And you say, let's look at their self-evaluation sheet for the unit we're working on. And you pull that out and boom, it shows them exactly where they're progressing. So this allows students with different abilities to learn a little bit more at their own pace, if that makes sense to you. And that's really powerful because you've got kids with all different abilities in your room. Okay? So you have some that might be able to fly through those sheets a little bit faster. And I call them sheets, that's the wrong way to say it, but those tools a little bit faster than others, right? And if they can, that's great. Let them get closer to, hey, sir, can I just start the project? I know what I'm going to do now. I know what I'm doing from a videogram now. You say, yeah, you can get started on it. That's fine. While you continue to help others. Do you know what I'm saying?
So then what do you do if they finish earlier?
They're going to make two, my friend.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
No, because that's true. I have some kids in my class are came from French immersion.
Yep.
And I have other kids who went to other schools where they weren't even in core French. So
yeah,
that's good to know. Okay.
Yeah, that's what you do. Or those students, if you recognize that, then don't give them the videogram one. Give them something that's a little bit more difficult. That's my real suggestion to you.
That's when they could do one of the other projects.
Yep. Either double it or make it different, or they can help you teach or whatever they want to do. Because here's the key about I am mastering. Please explain this to your students. I am mastering means I can turn to my classmate and I can explain it to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that means.
Okay.
So for your masters, they can, if they're done their work, they can help others for sure. There's nothing wrong about that, especially if they're engaged in the target language. You get away with that in French more than you would in maybe other classes. Okay, so that's pretty pedagogically sexy in itself, don't you think? I mean,
I agree.
The kids are responsible tracking their own learning and progression. So, but plus you have all the other, and you can get these in Word where you can add your own students' names, and then you can manipulate these. I have these in French as well for you. So everything's done for you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, that's it in a nutshell. Anyways, and that's why there's no more planning. That's why teachers go, "Oh my God, you gave me my family back." That's literally, it's true because we can now be with ourselves and our families and our friends. You don't have to be slaving over this, and the students love it because it's real. In the old days, Brandon, we used to do lessons on clowns and goblins or buses and belly buttons or whatever, and it just didn't relate to a lot of the kids. Here, because you're doing units on food, we all eat, travel, we all move around streets and navigate corners and stuff like that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. C'est moi is a unit all on je statements, and kids generally love to talk about themselves. So that one's a lot of fun. Ma journée typique, you learn about the day in the life of a rock star. So you actually learn about a day in the life of DJ DELF himself. And then students learn tons of daily type of routine vocab, and then they get to talk about their own lives. So that's just some of the units that are in there. There's tons. That's why it's literally a careers resource, and everything that gets added to it is forever free. So let me go to that. It's called the booster packs. So where is it? Booster packs.
So then, for example, those missions as a booster pack. So what do you do whenever you see they're maybe getting a touch board? You're like, hey, Friday we'll do this, or
yeah, I would.
Like, how do you just switch it up to the mission packs?
Yeah, I'm going to be really legit with you. Yeah, absolutely. I would make that the Friday fun thing. Have them print off the mission book opening thing or whatever. And that's what you do with your smart kids that are done ahead of time too. You get, go work on a mission. Okay. So you're going to hand them this here. I'm trying to get to it here. Sorry. You're going to hand them this mission sheet. I would pre-print out missions that you've chosen that you want the kids to try to tackle. All right. And then when they're done their work or whatever, they can go and grab a mission and work on a mission. Or you assign a certain mission for homework as an exit thing. And you didn't see
Okay.
the other ones, did you?
No, not other than today, no.
Okay, so I'll just going to give you two examples that come to the top of my mind, and then you're going to go, okay, damn, that's good. Okay, so, and in this case, just to answer your question before, this particular thing isn't free, but you get a 50% off because it's not completely related to the DJ DELF Kit, so it's kind of a bonus. But everything, almost everything else that you're going to find in there is free. All right, this is the coolest thing in the world. First of all, you've got to do this as soon as you get this kit. Okay, it's when you download it, you get it right away. Put this up on the board. The students have to read the color, not the word. So
I've seen these. These are funny.
yeah, so it's a lot of fun. So you challenge them to do it under 30 seconds, and they have to keep practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing. So it's great. Okay, but no, that's not what I was going to show you though. Here's a good example of one that they can take home. This one, for example. This one here, they have to take this sheet home. They have to write a little skit with a member of their family, and they have to videotape or audio tape. It doesn't have to be video, okay? You can audio tape them and their mom or dad or cousin or grandma or neighbor speaking French for 30 seconds. How cool is that? Next, give me an English song that you love, translate it. Boom. Then they have to sing the chorus that they made up 5 times. I'm going to skip to ones that I really like. Here, take this home, look through your cupboards, find these words: flour, pasta, beans, rice, vinegar. Write what the French word is beside it. Oh, don't think you can Google Translate it, because you can't. Because what you also have to do is tell me exactly the box or can that it came from. Okay? So there's a little exit thing. I want you to come back the next day with this done. If you don't, you're not allowed back in school. I'm just kidding. Okay. Then there's this one here. Go through your house with a measuring tape using the metric system, of course, and length, width, breadth of these objects. And some of them are ridiculous, like the refrigerator. So they actually have to go around. Their parents are going to go, "What are you doing? French work? French work? What is wrong with your French teacher? I am calling the principal." They'll call the principal. The principal will ask you, "What are you doing?" You'll explain to it, and your principal will hire you on the spot. Okay? Because it's genius. Genius, genius, genius. So yeah, it's filled with these things. Here's a bon de commande. So this is right from the DJ DELF Kit. You give them $300 to spend. You gave them this catalog page to order from, or they can go on the online and order other things. It doesn't matter. But this one's done for you, and they have to completely fill it out.
Okay.
Your grade 4s, just article and total, and that's it. When you get to grade 8, you're going to specify colors, fabric, size, taxes, shipping. Do the whole thing, people. You think you're all grown up and you know everything in the world, and that's why you have that attitude? Well, show me then. Fill out this form.
So true.
Yeah, you have
That's
to
where
understand.
they're at.
I taught at a elementary feeder school, so a grade 7 and 8 school, the first 7 years of my career. So that's all I taught. All I taught was the hormone zone of grade 7s and 8s. So, and that's where Etienne came out of. I don't know if you've ever heard of the music of Etienne before, but I'm Etienne, so that's where that all came from, was surviving those classes. So that's why I made up the songs like Avoir deux and Aller and Pourquoi t'es French and all those songs, is so the kids can actually learn their verbs once and for all, so you don't have to review them anymore.
Yeah. Now that's not even really a thing anymore, eh? Like you shouldn't be using that much anymore.
No, actually, that's a really cool thing. Actually, it's great that you mentioned. Oh my God, you would swear that you were paid to read questions that I gave you. It's so ridiculous.
Well, you make it simple enough. I just want to make sure I got it down. So that's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, no. The good answer is, yeah, we still do grammar, and there's 2 things that you're gonna love about this. One is this thing has a thing called vitamin boosts. So you click down at the bottom, and it shows you the vocab and grammar that are covered in each life aspect. And when you click on each one of these, it opens up an actual Etienne song, a music video, that teaches that concept once in a snap.
Got it.
Yeah. So, like, are you familiar with Etienne or not? Like, did you grow up on that or hear it or know about it at
I
all?
didn't grow up on it, but I've looked into a lot of this stuff. So I've seen random videos and
Okay,
evaluations. There's certain things you say, and I go, "Yep, I know what he's talking about."
perfect.
That's
Okay,
one of them.
so they're annoying little like rap and rock songs that get stuck in your head and make you want to like change your.
Yeah, but every French teacher I've talked to said that's what they need. The kids literally are singing it in the hall because they
Yes.
can't get it out of their head.
Yeah. All you need to do is either one, go to a concert. You should come to a concert, and when you see 5,000 kids screaming these songs, it's insane. It's amazing. Or just watch Justin Bieber sing "Avoir de" on YouTube.
I did. I told the kids that that's the one I saw, and I told the kids I said I might even get Justin Bieber on the screen to sing for you.
Yeah, awesome. Well, now you can tell them that you are now you're best buds with Etienne. So you're best buds with the guy who is a big fan of or Justin Bieber is a big fan of Etienne. So there you
There you
go.
go. Did he actually do it?
Yeah, man. What do you think?
Well, I just like it. They're just too cool to be true kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like I
no,
want to be able to tell the kids. So that's what it was. He kind of reached out to you, like, oh, I'll do that song for you.
yeah, no, yeah, no. So, yeah, no. He's just legitimately like a huge fan of my music. So, when he was on a TV show in France, and they said, "Can you sing us a French song, like live right now?" And they said, "Don't make it Frère Jacques," and so he just busted out and did one of my songs. So, yeah,
That's unreal.
cool. Yeah, you have no idea how blessed I am. Like I still do, right? But I've literally toured the world many times. I do shows all over in like arenas and theaters. That's what I do. It's an
I don't get how
amazing
you do that on top of teaching, on top of this, on top of
24/7,
I don't get.
baby. Okay,
You just
so
never get tired.
yep. Okay, so but let me show you how grammar's not dead by showing you the booster packs because it's how you do it, and you know that about in context and all that. So basically, what I did for everybody is, and actually I didn't. It was a bunch of us did this together. So let's just take booster pack number 5, for example. Okay, yes, it is. So while you play the song Avoir de, you can have them take a penny, and you could, of course, explain to them what a penny is because they've never seen one before. And what they do is, as the song is going on, they would go G-A-I, tu-a-s, il-a, elle-a. They'll slide the penny across the sheet. So G-A-I, tu-a-s, il-a, elle-a. Nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, ont. Like it's
Okay.
crazy. So it's just a goofy, dumb thing to do, but a great way to reinforce the grammar with I have a penny. And that's real French. I have a penny. It's not like you're just doing it for no reason. Or do the ultimate. You grab a beach ball, you have them situated in this way: female facing female, garçon facing garçon. And as the song goes, they pass the beach ball according to the song. So I have the ball, you have the ball, he has the ball, she has the ball, we have the ball. So it's all illustrated and shown for you here. And it is so much fun. So female one starts G-A-I, she holds it. Tu-a-a-s, she gives it to another female. Il-a, she gives it to a boy. Elle, she gives it back to the original. He gives it back to the original girl. Nous
That'd be fun to
avons
do in the summer outside. Get the
absolutely,
speaker out and get a ball. That'd be fun.
yeah. So do you get it?
Yep. Yeah.
Cool, awesome. So
Okay.
this is all part of your kit. All this stuff is free. All these booster pack, all these ideas, all the additions that the people made. The French Playground is a live place where you can go and you can interact with other DJ DELF Kit people and other teachers from all over the world. It's what you need,
Yeah,
man.
that's a whole other question I had. I don't want to take up your whole night, but that's a whole other thing I'll ask another time. The French playground and how you meet up with them and how it works and stuff. But
Sure, let's just start with
yeah,
this.
maybe that's in the
Yeah.
maybe that's
Let's
in
just start here. There's so many things I haven't told you because there's so many great things in this kit because it's literally
I know.
a careers resource. So you don't have to do anything again. The only problem people have is that guilt complex that no, I have to be the one to do it, or you know what I mean? No,
Yep.
man, no, you don't. And like I said, thousands across the world are using it. So people in Dubai, Australia, New Zealand, India. So you're not alone. That's awesome.
It's crazy. Okay. I think
So your thing is you got to get this thing as
that's
soon as you can, though. So definitely you're gonna meet with her on Tuesday.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then when you do, skip over to the website, and you'll have a choice of getting it either in the what do you call it, the hardcore version, like the physical kit, or just get it right away. But there's a lot of files to download, just to warn you. But they'll all be there. And so show her the curriculum guide, show her the assessment thing already done. You can't show her the 1, 2, 3 easy steps because that's part of the members side. But if she doesn't believe you and she doesn't believe me, you can bring her to the website, click on the reviews, and then these are teachers from like literally all over the world, and you can read what they say.
Okay. And so it would, what is it? It all downloads as a file if I get the online one, or is it like online and I just download them one at a time on a USB, or how would?
Yeah. As soon as you get it, you'll get access to all the files. So it's zipped, and you're going to open up the zip, and it's just going to be like blech, like whatever, like probably more like 50, 60 files. Okay. There'll be videos, PDFs, and audio files. Okay. But don't forget, that's why the website is the key, because you just follow the 1, 2, 3 easy steps, and it'll all correlate. It's not like it's going to be hard to go know which file goes where. Don't worry about that part. That's organized.
Okay, that is it.
Yeah. That's fine. But yes, immediately put it on a USB so you don't lose them. Okay. Put it on a couple devices so you don't lose them. And if your computer crashes, you'll still have them. And then, go for it. What's great about it is this PDF, so you can do it right on a smartboard or beam stuff up, or just print the various sheets that you decide that you want to do. Last thing I'm just going to say to you is that you're going to look at it and go, I get this, because it is so easy. I get this. And a lot of the tendencies is to just photocopy sheets here and there and just hand them to them and do things. I would really encourage you to try to follow the 1, 2, 3 easy steps and do the scaffolded journey, because it's designed that way. That way you won't go, well, this isn't working. Well, maybe it didn't work because first thing you handed was activity 8. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Right. So that's all I would say.
Okay.
Yep. And just keep
doing. Last thing I'll ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
Package, their own. That's not in the DELF kit, right?
Which one? Sorry.
Like the animated videos.
Yeah,
the animated videos.
You get the whole dang thing with it. You get 36 videos plus 2 guides that come with it. The guides are insane.
Okay, because when you went up, if you went up on that slide you're on now, it said that it was $59.99 for the animated video, so I didn't know if that went.
Fair enough. I appreciate that. You just have to.
Maybe it was the last page. Oh no, right there. The animated video package.
Yeah.
That's just if you got it separate, but it does come in the DJ DELF kit.
Right. So 2 things. Some people never had, people don't have the DJ DELF kit, but they see that and they're going, oh, that's what I need.
Yeah, okay.
And they just buy that because that suits them. And then people who had the kit before that didn't have a chance to get the animated videos package, they can get a huge discount on it. And they get that there.
Okay.
So
then the missions thing is the only one I'd probably buy on top of the DJ DELF kit.
Yes. And you'll get it for $20. Which is
and that's the one because, like you said, I think that's a good one for kids who are done or to do for homework and stuff. So cool.
Oh my God, yeah! At the end of June, when you're pulling your hair, you're gonna love this book. You're just gonna be like, guys, we have 5 missions to complete this week. Let's go. Let's do it. And then make the Friday ones more the missions where they do it as a class, and keep the times up on a sheet or whatever, and say the grade 6s did this in 1 minute 40 seconds. Let's see if we can beat them. And
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with that other activity right now, and the difference is insane.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. So
good, thank you. Taking this time with me, it's awesome. I'm definitely gonna get it whether they give me the funding or not. So I do appreciate it. This is a lot of time you took just for one person, so I appreciate it.
No worries. That's what I'm all about. Yeah, the background story. I just might as well know it now because now we're like almost besties.
Yeah, I can tell everyone.
Yeah. No. I was just going to say. So basically, what happened was the first 21 years of like my career before I started the DJ DELF stuff. I mean, I've got to experience so many wonderful things because working with French teachers from all over the world and doing the concerts and everything like that. And I wanted to give back, and at the same time, the new curriculum was coming out, and people were freaking because they were going, "What do you mean do real life things?" And I was so relieved, because actually what people didn't know was when I was in the classroom, because I am a full-time teacher, but every time I'm in the classroom, I'm always doing that, and always was since the day I started 25 years ago. And so when people were like, "Well, what do you do?" And I was like, "I do this, this, and that." And they were like, "Well, can you put it together for us?" And I'm like, I guess. So I spent a year and I put this together, and I used all my experience from working with all the publishing companies I've worked with in the past. And I just made a full careers program. And then I said, you know what? I got to give back for all the people that have blessed me. And so this kit is literally as low to cost as I could possibly make it, like for the binder and for the cost of production and all the videos and all that. That's why it's ridiculously low in price, just so you know. It's kind of my thanks to everybody. So I get pleasure by helping other people, and yeah, that's what it's all about.
Well, you're a crazy man for all you do, but this is something else. This is perfect.
No, that's awesome, man. All right, just keep on believing, man. That's the key. Believe in yourself, and using tools like this will really help you. So,
cheers. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you have a good evening. You have a great week.
Okay, bonsoir.
Okay, bonsoir.